astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your daily forecast for the day of Sunday, September 10th, 2017. Now, as you all can see, I am here, I am back, I am home. It feels so good, feels so good. Well, to A, be out of Irma's crosshairs, and to B, just be back in my own zone. You know, I like it. Vacations are a little bit hard for me, to be honest. You know, I don't know. I have a lot of weird feelings about vacations because I don't quite understand why people want to escape their life, you know? I think I have a great life. I'm trying to make it better. So it's just, I want a vacation every day doing what I love to do. And so that's why vacations are just very weird for me. But, you know, I know I need to go on them, spend time with family, that kind of thing. So that's what I was doing. But here I am, and I'm back, hoping I can be a little more regular again, get on some of my routines, and get these things up in time for you so it's not too late. All right, as you can see, I'm still in my robe here. I woke up, I guess I woke up pretty early this morning at 6:30. I was still on East Coast time, but I did some other things instead, took care of some things at home, unpacked. I'm trying to do some new things for Wonder Girl too, so I looked at that, and of course had to do my makeup and get all that done. I've got some new fake eyelashes on today, if you can see. I don't know if I like them yet. Normally I have a person do them, but that's just kind of expensive, so I'm gonna stop doing that, try to do it myself and see what we got here. But anyways, I can get a little carried away. Let's get to the astrology for today. I think to me the main thing that's going on today, we have a moon in Taurus, okay, which is supposed to be a little more calming, a little more relaxing. Moon likes being in Taurus, a little more stability coming into your life in some way, okay, and that happened yesterday. It's still there today. But I think that it could be very interesting with the moon in Taurus because this moon is going to make a trine to the sun, which is making a trine to Pluto, okay? So we've got a grand trine going on here in the sky between the sun, moon, and Pluto, bringing up some really strong feelings, okay, about your identity, about who you are, okay, in a lot of ways, and about how you feel about yourself, and about how strong you are, and how powerful you are, and the things that you can and cannot accomplish, and the things that you do and do not want, okay? Because it's Pluto. Pluto brings up very deep emotions from deep below the surface, so these aren't always pretty, happy emotions, and if they are, you feel them very intensely, you feel them very strongly, you want to express them in a lot of ways, okay? So I think that is what is going on today. These feelings that we're feeling very strongly and very intensely about that may not be that positive are also going to have to do with our values and our possessions, since that is what Taurus rules, you know, your physical existence in a lot of ways. I mean, we got a lot of earth signs going on here, but you've got a lot of stuff that you're feeling about your possessions, about your gifts and talents, about your confidence, about what it is that you have to offer the world that's coming up. There's also some things about where Capricorn is, about your life direction, how you can use what it is that you're confident in your possessions to help move you up in the world, and of course your daily existence where the sun is in Virgo going on here, and your daily routines and your job. And I think there's some strong feelings going on about what you're doing on the day-to-day, about your possessions and what you value and your confidence and where it is you see your life going. That's going to be a big thing, okay? I think in the very early morning around 3 a.m. maybe we felt like, which is already passed by the time I'll upload this, maybe we felt like we were kind of catching our stride. We were kind of had an opportunity at least to think for a second and to understand all of this stuff, but I think that was very short-lived. I think it was surrounded by maybe some uncomfortable feelings, that we were having some hurts from the past as we were trying to figure some things out, okay, and have these really strong feelings about what is going on, okay? So I think there's a lot of uncomfortable stuff going on, even though we're trying to get stability, we're trying to build a better life, we're trying to, you know, just be more comfortable in some ways. I think we're having to deal with some hard stuff, okay? After this grand trine happens, we also have the moon in a square with Venus as well, okay? So that's bringing up a lot of feelings about relationships, a lot of feelings about some commitments perhaps that we have in some way. Again, bringing up even more about values because Venus rules Taurus, okay? So I think there's a lot of stuff we're trying to figure out. Could also bring up money and financial stuff too. We want stability in our life. Right now we want things to be stable, but I think it's hard for us to do that. We're trying to figure it out in some way, and maybe we're trying to figure out in which direction and how to channel and how to do things. That could be a little intense, all right? I think we may have to readjust our perspective to some commitments that we have, the way that we think about life and where our life is going, okay? And some journey that we're going on, we may have to think about some of that differently in some ways in order to figure this out, okay? And I think what is going on today is that we're being asked to, and tomorrow especially, because the moon is going to square the nodes going into tomorrow, we're being asked to think more about what we value, what we want. Get back to basics here and not get too crazy with everything else going on. You know, we have strong feelings, but I think this intensity that we're feeling, we need to balance it. We need to make sure that we have the foundation that we need and the stability that we need and the values in the right place before it is that we can know what is going to happen next, okay, and what is going to go on there. All right, so that's what I see for you. While this is going on, we still have Mercury in a trine with Uranus, although it's coming off of it now that it's entered Virgo, so still some unexpected things that could occur. I think we're trying to get on top of these unexpected things, figure out how to deal with them better than we were in the past. I think that's a lot of what's going on too, and to understand better some unexpected things that have happened going on. We also have Jupiter in a sextile with the North Node, trying to open up some new opportunities for us, even if they're not readily apparent. I think we're trying to do that as well. And then coming in here, we've got the Sun moving into this week, and I'll talk about this more in your weeklies. The Sun in a square with Saturn, thinking real big about some commitments we want to make that are important to our identity, maybe feeling restricted in some ways, like we can't quite get what we want here without having to put a lot of effort into it. I think that's starting to come into play here as well. And then we've got Venus in a trine with Saturn, wanting to make or having to make very quickly a lot of commitments to relationships and to finances, okay? And it's some things that make you happy, all right? That could be a little heavy, that I think that we're starting to come in here, all right? That we're trying to figure out. And I think some of these decisions we have to make that are going to be very hard when it comes to relationships and our identity are going to be very difficult if you don't use this time today and tomorrow to get grounded, to think about what's important to you, about what you really want and need, and what you can offer, and to get your financial situation in order and figure some of that stuff out, okay? I think that's the message for me. You got to go back to basics here and not get super crazy, all right? Especially with all this crazy Pluto energy, all right? So that can be interesting. I've got Pluto about to cross my descendant in April, so I'm very intense when it comes to relationships at the moment that I got to work on. All right, so your card for the day is the Two of Swords upright, okay? What this card means to me is we got some choices we need to make that we don't want to make, that we aren't seeing all the sides of in some way. And I think the message of today is you got to make sure you have all the information. You got to make sure you're thinking about all this stuff in the right way, okay? You can't avoid the choices you have to make forever, okay? Or maybe there's two different life directions your life can go in some way, and you got to figure out, what do you feel about these two different directions? What exactly is going to happen, and which path are you going to go on, all right? And you can't hide from it. You got to get the information, you got to make the choice, you got to go with it, okay? So that is what I see going on for today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you liked it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later. I'm gonna go ahead right now. I'm gonna make some breakfast. I also went grocery shopping last night. I haven't been grocery shopping in like a year because I've been trying to do all this astrology stuff, but my diet has been horrible. So I'm trying to fix that. So I'm gonna make some breakfast, then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna do your weekly horoscopes, which I haven't done yet. I haven't even looked at what's going on next week. So I'm gonna do that, get those up, and then hopefully film all your dailies too, so I can get those up on time as well, okay? So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. I hope y'all are doing okay out there, especially with Irma and Jose and Katia hanging around, all right? So I'll talk to you later. Bye.